patients like her, and there are many of them, teaches us is that the mind is made up of a constellation of independent, semi-independent agents, and that these agents, these processes can carry on a vast number of activities outside of our conscious awareness. Even though that goes on, there's some final stage or some final system, which I happen to think is in the left hemisphere, that pulls all of this information together into a theory. It has to generate a theory to explain all of these independent elements. And so, and that theory becomes our particular theory of ourself and of the world.
Okay. So I hope I've convinced you of just how absolutely fascinating the brain is. There are so many things that we could continue to talk about as it relates to the brain and how it functions.
What are you doing?
Unfortunately, because of time, we need to go ahead and move on. I would be remiss, however, if I did not mention just how plastic the brain is. To introduce you to this term plasticity. Okay?
His head, strangely elongated.
Certain characteristics of these aliens would be portrayed in the genetic structure of the royal family, and one of those is cranial elongation.
Analysis of Akhenaten's skull has led researchers to imagine a head of inhuman length and eyes of unusual size.
What are you
This is
doing?
also seen in daughters of the pharaoh, as well as his famous son, King Tutankhamun. But could this family have descended from an extraterrestrial race?
Skeptics believe that Akhenaten's skull shape could be the result of skull lining or tying something around the head to misshape it on purpose. But there's absolutely no evidence that supports that Akhenaten's skull shape has